to go extra mile. However, because of the enabling environment is not there, they also face challenges. And you two, I want just you to, from your experience, what are the challenges you think startups and young entrepreneurs face today?
All right. There are loads and loads of problems that you're going to have. But I think the first thing is, identifying what you want to do, having a clear vision on, what you want to achieve. There are going to be challenges with, for instance, if you're starting a business, you want to know the market, you want to know, there is like jumping into a dark alley where you don't know what to expect. So you're just hoping. So that challenge is there. However, there are formulas that have been, people have tested and tried over time that has worked for them. And what are the things you do? First is the vision I talked about. Have a very clear vision of what you want to do. Second is having, there are little things we take for granted, like the habits, daily habits. It's important that you have a habit that is success-driven. Don't waste your time. Spend time every day to learn, to educate yourself. Knowledge, they say, is power. Read about what you're doing, the business, understand the market, understand your competitors, understand government policies, and immerse yourself in, all the value chain around that business. Important you understand your competition and clearly identify what your value proposition is. In other words, what is that thing that will make me want to buy your product? You have to be very clear on it because that is what you monetize. So it's important that we have clear picture of what we're trying to do. So what are the challenges? Challenges might be money, access to funds. I hear a lot of businesses who, they would just kill themselves from the beginning and tell themselves, oh, I don't have money to. Most times it's not really about money. If you have a compelling idea and you're able to put it together, you probably have investors within family, friends who could put, money together. But the first thing is identifying that problem you want to solve. And also it's important that, people are afraid that, having a board is like a mentor. Don't choose your friend as a board member. Choose somebody you respect, not somebody that you give figures and you'd accept. Somebody that can question you honestly. So these are the things, the recipes you would need. I'm sure there's a whole lot more, but challenges, there would be tons depending on what you're doing. But the most important thing is that resilience and understanding that, look, beyond every challenge, there's always success. So yeah.
Thank you, Saidu. Dr. Shitu, when we started the entrepreneur organization, one of the high-level things we did was GSEA, which is focused on students. And we know by training them, we can be able to raise the next generation to embrace wealth creation. And in your own understanding and from your experience, how can we team this youth so that they understand the strategy of wealth creation?
Wealth creation is all about having the ability to earn money and your ability to be able not to spend more than what you earn, ability to be able to save at least 10% of whatever you earn. 3, your ability and discipline to invest what you have saved. Then, your desire to seek for knowledge and capability to be able to turn around what you have been able to save. That's wealth creation. But that is theoretical. Theoretical in the sense that you find yourself in a country where even the system of education does not breed knowledge in youth. So the first thing that needs to be done is for government. Moderator, are you listening? Are you listening? Yeah. So it's for the government to be able to look at the system of system of education that we have now, change it totally into STEM system of education. If we have STEM system of education that allows quality teaching, that can ignite ability to be able to get organized and transform into commercial quantum knowledge, not getting out of the university and you are looking for employment. So if there's knowledge, like it's evident in, I forgot, Kunle, yeah, like it's evident in Kunle is knowledge. And my son here, is knowledge that is propelling him to wanting to be an entrepreneur. So what we can do for them is to first of all change the system of education into STEM system of education that allows qualitative impact of the education in them that will transform into knowledge. So, and that's one. Two, the environment is another thing. There has to be infrastructure, the banking system, there has to be like cooperatives, kind of, somebody needs to drive it. I think policy also will do a lot into enhancing the capabilities of the youth, into turning into entrepreneurs that will alleviate poverty and sustain the wealth that they might be desirous of creating. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. That said, we are now going to get a deep dive experience sharing on certain things that we personally ignore when thinking of starting business. Our host here have identified when he said, it seems that our government have failed or not willing to build capacity to actually encourage startups and entrepreneurs. Then, Akinwale, we always hear high poverty in Africa, especially in Nigeria. Why is that so?
Well, there's extremely high poverty in Africa for multiple reasons. I'll go ahead and mention a few of them. One is our exploding population. There's very high population growth in Africa. I think I agree with about 2.6% every year. And if it's like a man that basically has maybe 5 wives, and each of those wives have maybe 4 or 5 kids. It would be fine if you have all the wealth and all the means to take very good care of them. It wouldn't even be an issue at all. But in a scenario where you are also struggling, it's very difficult to be able to cater for all those people, all those children. So when you have an exploding population and there are not enough resources, not enough policies, not enough, in terms of government, basically creating an enabling environment to make sure that businesses thrive, it's a very bad recipe, which is one of the reasons why there's a lot of poverty in Africa. A number of them I listed. Another one that is very, very serious is war and crisis. Between 2013 till date, I think about 13 different civil wars that have occurred between now and then. 11 are in Africa. Military coups in Congo and in some other countries. All this to a very large extent means that there's no sustainability of governance. And to a very large extent, when you have that happening in a country, automatically what it means is that, people are not thriving, businesses are not thriving, people are not doing well. And that, of course, that will also increase poverty. Another very big issue that also affects Africa is diseases, lack of proper health care, lack of proper health facilities. I know that in some parts of Nigeria, in Abuja and Lagos, we have some very nice hospitals that can cater for quite a variety of healthcare needs, although they may be very expensive and above reach for the common man. In a scenario where we have a scourge of Ebola or a scourge of, some diseases, even as basic as malaria. In Africa, malaria still thrives. It still kills people on a regular basis. It wasn't until recently that polio was eradicated in Nigeria. It was a huge struggle for so many years. Definitely, when you are in a country or in a continent like ours, where a lot of these diseases are still thriving, automatically what it means is that there will continue to be poverty and very high inequality between the top 1% and the rest of the population that are really struggling to make ends meet. Another very serious issue that affects Nigeria and the whole of Africa as a whole that has kept us in poverty is the issue of, because I'll mention something really quickly, the issue of unemployment. It is a very, very critical issue, especially for Nigeria. You can imagine a scenario where the average Nigerian graduate finishes from school. All he's probably hoping for is an oil and gas job or a banking job or, or whatever. But if you really look at it in the true sense of it, how many people do the entire Nigerian banking industry employ? Probably a few hundreds of thousands or over 100,000, I'm not sure the exact figure. And we have millions of students coming out on a regular basis. It means that what the country needs to do, what government policy needs to be directed at, is enabling small and medium-scale businesses, because small and medium-scale businesses are the exact thing that kickstarts the economy. They are the largest employers of labor, whether it be Justrite or it be Super Chef or so many other businesses that I mentioned here today. They are the true enablers of the economy. If you make sure that small and medium-scale businesses are doing well, it means they will employ more people. It means automatically the unemployment situation will be alleviated and we can slowly grow out of poverty little by little. So those are some of the issues why we have these issues in Africa and in Nigeria specifically.
Thank you. Dr. Shitu raised a very crucial point in terms of changing the dynamics of education in Nigeria. And I just want you to kind of lead us through if providing training and courses that are focused on entrepreneurship will help alleviate unemployment problem.
Unemployment, yes, there is unemployment. And entrepreneur, if we have so many entrepreneurs, at least just like he has said, they will employ and they are the main enabler of the economy. But you see, from my own perspective, there is unemployment, but a lot of these people don't even want to do this kind of job. They want oil and gas job. They want the banking job. They want to work somewhere. But because if you employ them, just from our own experience, before there is employment, there is opportunity, come and work. But once they work for 2-3 months, they are gone. They don't want to do it. They want a place they will get to just immediately after graduating, get a car, get a house, probably a driver. And so there is always problem. The job, even like now, even entrepreneurship and people that wants to be entrepreneur right now, that want to start business, should know that that is one of the challenges they are going to face. Because a lot of these youth don't want to do the job. So for me, if there is like maybe in the university or in secondary school, there is people teaching us or telling the children that no, it is not immediately you get out, you have to get oil and gas work, you have to do this, you have to start from the scratch. You have to start somewhere. But I think they don't want to do that. And that is why we have a lot of Yahoo boys. They don't work. They just want to stay somewhere throughout the morning. In the evening, they go to club and bar. And then easy way out. So somebody has to be able to educate the youth that you don't get it easy. Nothing good comes easy, and that you have to start from somewhere.
Thank you so much. Guests and ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that we have a whole lot of work to do. Yes. Hearing from these panelists, you see the challenges that young people face, even when they think of starting up something. Access to capital, mentorship, infrastructure, it goes on and on and on. But do we stop there? No. It's either you ask yourself, where do we go from here? We have to keep keeping on and keep encouraging our youth that is going to succeed us to be focused and keep themselves busy by understanding what is in their environment, looking at opportunities and taking advantage of them. Today, they are very lucky. Days back, even people like us, when we left the shores of Nigeria 25 years ago, we were seeking for opportunity. At the end of the day, it is you that drives yourself to become who you want to be. That said, I will give the floor now for those who have questions to ask the panelists. Whatever you have in mind, like I asked when we were starting, if you are here as an entrepreneur, if you are new in your industry and you want to learn and explore this opportunity, the floor is open for questions so that they can clarify you as we go. Thank you.
Good afternoon, the celebrant and the participants. My questions go straight to what we are discussing concerning the wealth creation and the issue of poverty that you have raised, sir. I just want you to let us look at a particular area with what Madam has just said concern the youth and the young ones today. We are looking for wealth. We are struggling to get something done. What about the moral aspect of life? Many people have talked about so many things that are coming to become challenges on this earth. But the morality that is out of the point, what are we going to do to this? So many youth has gone away from this. If Madam has not been able to be morally okay with the business from the young age 9 to 11 years that she has started business, she will not be like this. Moral is important. So my question is on moral. Are we not looking into that when we are talking about wealth creation and poverty in the country and the things that is causing it?
Thank you very much for that very important question. I will give to Mr. Saidu to respond to that.
Thank you for that question. However, I think when you say moral, it's a very broad, question you've asked. If you say integrity, in business, it's fine. I mean, morality in business, I don't have to be your friend. I don't have to be nice to do business with you. You know, if I have a product I'm selling to you and I'm adding value, that is the most important thing. For our young generation, and I want to call our attention now, because we have different generations coming up now. We have the millenniums, we have the Gen Zs, and all this new generation. The way they think is different from how we're looking at it now. They are independently driven. They are not waiting for their parents to liberate them anymore. They are already thinking solutions. So if you begin to think morality, I mean, some of us old parents, we are fixated about Jerry calls and what do you call them? The braids on their head. It doesn't matter. Let's look at the solution that they are bringing to the table. Let's respect each other's value. I could decide to go in my underwear. That is how I radiate. That is how I operate. It should not affect you. Morality in terms of integrity, if you say you're going to deliver this, make sure you deliver on what you have promised. I think that should be the most important thing as compared to the old days, oh, you have to respect your older ones. I think is one of the things that is drawing us back as a people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Saidu. When you talk about morality, if you have time, you can also further search it out. I think Martin Luther King summed it up in his final book when he said, where do we go from here, chaos or community? So it helps to actually develop some kind of ethical behavior when you are pursuing wealth. Thank you so much. The next question, please.
All right, sir. Before we take the next question, because of time, we have like 8 persons, and we can't take
We can
more
only
than
take 2 more questions.
2 more?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I can only take 2 more questions. So I don't know how to. Please, can you just come forward? Are you still interested in? Okay. Someone else, please come. Please. Yes. Okay. Please, let's have you. Everybody. Okay, there is a young boy there. Please, can you come? All right, who is coming on this side? All right.
Yeah. 3.
Okay, so I can take one more, making 3.
Can do 3. One. Take this one.
Good morning, sirs, and good morning, ma. My name is Odeson Fawaz from Ashewa High School. We do protocol, ma. My question is that when you are saying that about determination, I think what is the best solution in order to eradicate all these things? And secondly, in our school, we have science departments, commercial department, and art department. Those commercial departments, they didn't have focus on example like commerce. They didn't focus on it. Okay, a best teacher for commerce student for commerce teacher. No. But they take everything with levity. Commerce, don't it now. Economics too, there is nothing to talk all about. Just say that, okay, we have commerce teacher, we have economics teacher. There is no teacher for it. Why? And you are saying that we want to build an entrepreneur in these students. There is no a good and sound student, sound economics, sound knowledge for the students. What can we do about today, sir?
Thank you so much. You can give. What a brilliant question, Dr. Shitu.
If I get him very well, he attends a commercial school
where they have science and commerce.
Where they have science and commerce, and there are no solid teachers. No focus on commerce. Only focus on science.
Because there's no teacher.
Because there is no teacher. That's a tough one for anybody on this panel to answer. But if you are listening to me, in the past, we've had lots of successful people who actually didn't even have teachers in school, didn't have access to a good school, but they were able to develop themselves. And where I'm confused is that today, an age where you have access to the internet, even if you don't have good teachers to take your choice of subjects, I think you can do self-help by going online. I know there are contents that you can access to be able to bridge this gap. So if you are really determined, it's about you being determined, you want to get educated. So you can go online and get this done. But I don't know if this is being aired. Government and the commissioner in charge of education of Ogun State should be able to do something about providing teachers in this school. So thank you. So go on the internet and bridge this gap.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shitu. And we are almost running out of time, so can you please make it precise? And yeah.
Chairman says we can take 5 more questions.
Okay.
There are 5 of them. Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Damilare Shuremi. Thank you for this great opportunity. Actually, as entrepreneurs, planning to go big as well, at some point or the other, we do make mistakes, which in the process, we all learn from it. And somebody that also, as I have mentors, I have advisors within the system. But at the same time, I know that you all have mistakes that you've made in one way or the other, which you've regretted making. So in this journey, I like to know and also to learn from your mistakes. And if you are to start all over again, how are you going to apply those things?
Kinwale, can you deal with this question? Because I know you've got 7 Fs.
I am not dull. To be honest, my first year in school, I was trading Forex. I wasn't attending lectures. I was spending most of my time, cyber cafes were very popular then. I was spending most of my time in a cyber cafe. And when I should be focusing on my books, I didn't do that, and it showed in my results. And I had to pick myself back up in my second year in school to make things work again. But I'll address what he just said now. Then there's also one question that the previous individual asked that I also wanted to address. He talked about determination, like what exactly it is to be determined when you're running a business. I want to believe, and I know this for a fact, that as an entrepreneur, you have to adopt a mindset. There are 2 specific mindsets I'd like to shed some little light on. The first mindset is the mindset that I can get it done no matter what. Because challenges in business are ever continuous. As long as you're managing a business, as long as you are in charge, you will see challenges every day. They will keep coming up. As you're solving one, another shows up. You're solving one, another shows up. But the best part that I have learned from solving most of challenges that have come up in my own business is that they are stepping stones to a bigger capacity. Anytime we have a very serious challenge, it's always a process to learn. You learn so much, then you grow. You learn so much, then you grow. Which is why it is very important to be determined, because when you have a mindset of determination, that you can achieve anything, that you can do anything, you can surpass any challenges. The second mindset, which is very important, which is more like a temperament, is that for you to be an entrepreneur and manage a business or businesses, you have to make sure that you are not disheveled. You are not frazzled when things go wrong. I attended an event, it was in New Jersey in 2017. It was a Tony Robbins event. How many of you here know Tony Robbins? You know Tony Robbins? Okay. He called it the 2-minute rule. He said he has over 1,000 employees. Now, what is the probability that every given point in time, something is going wrong with one of those employees? What is the probability that at least one of those employees is messing up? If you have 1,000 employees, trust me, one of them is messing up you can trust me, that's happening at least every day. But when things go wrong, you do not allow yourself to become so worried, so, frazzled. You are now pacing up and down. You have to rise above it quickly. 2 minutes. You rise above it quickly, and then you think of a solution. You always have to be solution oriented. Because if you're running a business and challenges are coming every day, and anytime something happens, you are just all over the place thinking, you are moody, you will not be able to solve problems. You need to be able to toss that problem in the dustbin and focus on the solution immediately. Then to also address the question he asked, I'm so sorry, I've forgotten. What did he say again, please? Failure, exactly, failure. So for me, I don't even see failure as an issue at all. I remember when I was growing up, go to church, they would tell you to pray against it. Me, I embrace failure now. Failure is my best friend because it's from failure that I learn. I embrace it. If I try something, I fail at it. I try again, I fail at it. I try again, I fail at it. Trust me, every single time you fail is an opportunity to learn. But like I told you earlier, it is a mindset. You have to be determined, you have to be consistent, you have to be tenacious, especially in this our Nigeria. Challenge is plenty. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please make your question, just go straight to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Solari Babalola. I'm having two questions. The first question is about the political factor. Mr. Saidu said the other time that we should learn about government policies. I want to ask that in a nation where there is political instability, where we have changes in system of government day in, day out, what can you say to the coming entrepreneur? How can they cope with this frequent changes in system of government, whereby it led to one changes in government policy to the other? And another question is that one of the panelists said that we should have a more experienced member as part of the board members. What are the acceptable etiquette an entrepreneur should have to be able to approach someone who is more experienced to win that person into the board membership?
Thank you so much. Saidu is talking about policies and how do we actually align with some rules before they can be able to approach experienced entrepreneurs when it comes to coaching and mentorship.
I think he crowded a whole lot of questions in that. I heard government, changing government regulations. I heard policies and picking mentors. But I'm going to answer the question. I was telling Vincent I wanted to speak to the last question when he talked about mistakes. I think one of the mistakes I made was probably not picking Dangote as a mentor. I'd have probably loved somebody like that to be a mentor. So yeah, there will be mistakes. There will be failures, right? There's an acronym for FAIL, which is first attempt in learning. Failure is part of the process. So never be afraid of failure. It's part of it. But the most important thing is what you take away from that failure. Are you learning from it? If you don't learn, then it's failure. If you learn from it, then it's something you're taking away from it. Now, concerning government regulations, unfortunately, this is a tough one because it's difficult to speak to that. But what happens is usually we have short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. And in those goals, you predict, because that is what the game is about. It's predicting policies, government. What if there is, for instance, if you're doing pricing, and tomorrow CBN decides to some policy and dollar drops. How do you accommodate that? So when you're doing your pricing, you take some of these things into consideration. You allow for that buffer. Government policies are not things that you can't say when or how, but you should be able to have a buffer when you're formulating your policies. And then the other one about mentorship. Sorry, can I? Yes, I'm just answering all the questions. Mentorship, who is the mentor? You want somebody that would add value to your business. So you want to pick somebody who, it may not necessarily be, for instance, if you feel that you have shortfalls in governance, you want somebody who is very strong in governance. So if you need contact, you want somebody who would give you contact. So it has to be somebody who would elevate you, not necessarily a friend. Somebody that would eventually add value to you. It could be knowledge, it could be money, it could be anything. You know, I don't know if I've been able to answer those questions. Thank you.
How many more people do we have on the queue? Wow. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Boluwatife Adekunle. So my question is for Mrs. Omoboye. I want to ask, as a woman, and when you were young, how were you able to manage your passion as an entrepreneur and every other thing that is expected as a woman? Like your passion, like you have your passion for entrepreneurship, then you have your family, you have your children, you have, well, me for an example, like I have a lot of passions. I don't even know where to, like.
Okay, question. I would like to tell you that you should do, as an entrepreneur, if you are starting, you should do what you love, what you have passion for. That's number one. For me, when people comes around, they praise me, what I do, but I don't see it as anything because it is what I love doing. I am restless. I can work from morning till night. So because I have passion for it, and that is why I'm doing it. When I finished too, I got offers to work in oil and gas, but I turned it down because it is not interesting to me. What is interesting to me is what I am doing. That's the first thing. And in terms of managing your home, your children, it is to have a partner that understands you. Once you have a partner that understands you, you can plan everything. And you organize yourself with your children, and you have a supporting family, then they understand that this is what you like to do. That is it. That is what I do.
Thank you. So balancing life and planning is a key factor to being a successful entrepreneur. Thank you for that point.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is for you as well. I'm actually an undergraduate. So, I don't know how to put this question. I'm an undergraduate.
Okay.
So everyone in my level, all my level mates sees me as an entrepreneur. But I don't focus on one thing. I sell more than 4 things. And even in my hostel, I sell stuffs as well. But so many people do see this thing as if I have this covetous spirit concerning money. Like, because they always see me as if, you this girl, you like money. You like money, you just love money. Even my dad said it this morning before I came for this program. Because the convention we are coming from, I sold some stuff because I could see that people need bread and water. So I sold hybrid bread and I sold pure water as well. And I sold everything up. Oh. People actually ordered for like 49 breads, but I got 59 and everything was sold off. People started requesting for it. I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting it. But my parents were like, you love money. Because even the Bible says that love of money is the root of all evil. To me, I see it as if, am I covetous?
You are not.
Because many people are like, if they ask me that, okay, do you know success? How many, success, go. They know me for that. And another question is that my parents, they have 3 children in the university, so their finances is kind of shaky like that. So I do these things to fulfill my purpose and also to help them in them helping us to go to school like that. And even some people will always think that I'm stingy because I was added in a group, in a smart steward group by Mrs. Shola Adeshakin. She said that it is good for us to save, and I want to save so that by the time I end schooling, I'll be able to find something doing after school. But some people do see it as if I make money, but I don't want to spend. But I always try to explain to them that it's not as if I don't want to spend. I spend on my needs and not on my wants. So, I want you to talk to me about it.
You are not at all. Even before you finish your question, I was already answering you that you are not. For somebody like me too, I love money. Everybody around me know that if it has to do with money, I love money. And I know that you cannot get money without working for it. And that is why for me, if it is anything that will give me money, people around me knows that I can kill myself there until we finish it. So, but it is good that you are selling so many things. But in the future, when you determine and what to do, please do something that is complementary. It will also help you. Do you understand what I mean? You are selling bread, you can sell butter. You are selling butter, you can sell something very complementary. It will make your life very, very easy. Thank you.
Can I please see that young lady who just asked this question? You have done a wonderful pitch. In fact, you should have participated in this competition. One of my greatest gifts is identifying talent. So we started Entrepreneur for Students, like you call it GSEA, Global Student Entrepreneur Organization, where we take students who are doing business when they're at school, mentor them, and make them bigger. So I would like them to get your information. I will work with Chairman on that. Thank
you. In addition, I want to walk the aisle with you together with my partner. I'll be there.
All right. While she was asking the question, Chairman called me that he would love Pastor Abiodun to talk about the spirit of covetousness, about money.
So, thank you, and I stand up for you. I can see that you must be from a conservative church, no earring, and your hair is moderate. So, as a pastor of Deeper Life, I would like to comment because when you quote the Bible wrongly, because the word of God is good for doctrine, for instruction, for correction in righteousness, that the man of God or a girl of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good work. Now, and if you go to Romans, it says, not slothful in business, fervent in the spirit, serving the Lord. It is instructive that not slothful in business was mentioned before the spirit and serving the Lord. What is covetousness? It is when you have something, 10 wives like David, and you see the wife of another person, and your eyes cannot go away from that wife. Now, working hard, selling water for people that are buying bread is not covetousness. Be the son of God and come to this world and be a carpenter. It's not covetousness. Miraculously getting bread and feeding 5,000 men and then calling them and say, gather the remaining, lest anything be wasted, is holiness and not stinginess. So you are doing well. You are obeying the Bible. You are going the way you should go, and God will bless you in Jesus' name.
All right, you are doing well. He's also the chairman of Super Chef. He's into business. He's a bread maker and he's a pastor. Yeah, you are doing well.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Abiodun Ahmed by name, a shoe designer with the brand name Elite Wears. We have been told today that hard working is not enough, God factor, and also to be at the right place at a particular time. I believe this is the best time to ask this particular question. I would like to ask if Justrite is open to entrepreneurs like us who can probably have I don't know if I should put it as exhibition or have some of our works in your store. That is the first question, man. The second one is, during the growth of an entrepreneur, we all know it is important at times to seek for fund, which we might have to present probably our business idea or present a business before an investor anyway. How do you secure this idea from being stolen? Because sometimes you might present your idea before an investor, they will tell you there's nothing there, and peradventure went behind and exhibit that particular idea. Thank you.
Hello. In Justrite, because our chairman supports entrepreneur, a lot of local stuffs are being sold in the store. We have gari made, or father packed and everything. And we received from everybody. Once you bring your sample to the head office, we'll look at it. Our quality control departments will check it. And if it passes and it is what we need in the store, we take it. That is it. And our head office is in Otaogun State. That's all.
Good afternoon, everybody. That young lady, I need to know your name, and BC, I need a contact. I want to be your mentor. I want you, yes, because I see my younger version right there. I remember, I don't want to go to my secondary school days when I used to hawk roasted fish and egg and all of that, or when we used to farm, go for cassava, make gari and all of that. I remember my very first trip to the US with the children. I had about 70% of our luggage allowance filled with things to go and sell. So I tell you, you are very enterprising. I'm here to support you fully anytime. BC, I need a contact. Thank you. And also, to the young man, that young entrepreneur that wants to have your things in Justrite, just as the GM said, we have a process that you need to follow. And for every other, I don't want others repeating the same question. There's a process you need to follow, and for us, NAFDAC is very, very important. We cannot put in your goods without NAFDAC. I know maybe yours will not require NAFDAC, but for others, and also, but there's quality control. Because you just don't want to, and as an entrepreneur, you have to distinguish yourself. Don't make anything or produce anything. Let there be a difference. So the quality has to be there, and it has to pass the process. All right.
Thank you so much on that. And I think with that, we're coming to the end of the question section. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The time is life. You cannot store time. You cannot save time. We have about 86,400 seconds in 24 hours. And what you do with it matters a lot. So some takeaway for those who did not capture, I will just mention about 2 or 3 of them. We should cease blaming others for our choices and their consequences, including financially, and instead accept personal responsibility, accountability for our future. Again, according to what Justrite representatives have said, we should nurture the right mentally through regular positive self-talk, along with visualizing the result that we seek, while remembering one important thing: without action, you can never accomplish anything. With that, I want to thank you for spending this time with us this Friday afternoon. And I believe you have fantastic takeaway that will reinvigorate your lifestyle in business, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Can we please celebrate them as they head back to their seats? Thank you very much, sirs. Thank you so much. Get someone to... All right, we are gradually coming to the end of the summit. And the next thing we have now to go on with is the keynote address, and it's just going to take 15 minutes. All right, our keynote speaker is Mrs. Modupe Oyekunle. Mrs. Modupe Oyekunle, she's an industrialist with a passion to influence key sectors of the economy. Having worked with top established educational institutes, her experience and passion for impacting lives led to the establishment of Masterpiece Resource Development Center in 2007, with a mission to discover, develop, and deploy entrepreneurs for accelerated national development. Through this platform, she has reached and affected the lives and businesses of over 10,000 persons and still counting. She is an alumnus of the Lagos Business School, a trained trainer for the International Labour Organization Entrepreneurial Models, and a trained life coach. She's a national coordinator of Association of Nigeria Women Business Network, a coalition of 63 female business associations across Nigeria. She is also the founder of the Masterpiece Resource Development Center, an NGO for youth entrepreneurial development, the founder of proprietress of Masterpiece School, co-founder ICRS Limited, a real estate and documentation company, and together with her husband, the pastor is Masterpiece Church. Can we please celebrate Mrs. Modupe Oyekunle as she comes?
I greet everyone this afternoon, and permit me to stand on existing protocols while celebrating all the dignitaries that have been introduced earlier. But I would like every one of us with a standing ovation to celebrate an icon at 60. I want you to put your hands together for our own. Please clap for. If he has affected, please sit down, sir. If he has affected your life, if he has touched your life, if you really, really are excited to be here this afternoon for him, please clap very well. We'll celebrate you, sir. And the second appreciation is to Madam. I want you to celebrate her. Please sit down, ma'am. Because they say beside every strong man is a stronger woman. Am I correct? Thank you, ma, for who you have been and how you have affected a lot of lives. May the Lord continue to bless you. We may be seated. I count it a great privilege to be here this afternoon. And I'm very sorry for coming in at this time, because I mentioned to Oga earlier, yesterday, that I'm going to be coming in from Abuja. So I flew in this morning and straight from the airport here. So my sincere apologies. Sincerely, I met him through a friend when I became the president of NECA's Network of Entrepreneurs. No, before then, when we were doing a summit, a youth summit with Masterpiece Resource Development Center. And we're looking for someone to invite. And this lady said to me, there's only one person that can actually do something for us today at this summit, that when he's speaking, when you drop a pin, you will not be able to hear any sound. And that day he came and he spoke. You know, he has a way he speaks. And in my heart, I was like, what? How can God put so much in a man like this? I'm not the kind of person that does what I call pampering, or I'm looking for the right word. So, flattering, yeah. But everything he said, I still have your notes, sir. At MRDC, I kept it. The one you spoke when I became the president of NECA's Network of Entrepreneurial Women. Each time he comes to speak, I'll collect his paper. And every time I collect that paper, I will do my own analysis of the paper. And it has made me a better person today. And when I became the national coordinator for ANWBN as well, and women were looking for who to invite, I said to them, I know someone that would tell us the truth. I will not actually look at anything and say, this is it. And I also collected that paper, sir. And I did an analysis of it. So I count it a real privilege to be invited today. If it was someone else, I would have said, there's no way I can make it. But I told my husband, he said, I said, oh, Auntie Mr. Sorry for speaking in my language. He said, oh, Auntie Mr. I have to be here. And so, sir, I count it a great privilege to be here to give the keynote on a subject I know that is very key to your heart. It is not surprising today, sir, that you are celebrating your 60th birthday in this format. You have every reason to carry all of us and say we should go to the Bahamas. You have every reason. Please, he has. There's nobody can judge it. I know that might still happen if you want to. It's your choice. But sincerely, he has every reason to celebrate his 60th birthday in that way. Choose 60 people and he can pay their flight. Although I know the economic sense in his mind will not allow him to pay the flight of 60 people. If you know him very well, he will do that calculation and how that will affect every aspect of business. So, but he has every reason not to celebrate his 60th birthday this way. But because of the strength of his personality and that of his character, he has decided to do this by giving back to the young people, remembering the days and not forgetting how God picked him up. Please celebrate him for that. It is said clearly that we find true meaning of life by helping others and pulling others up. That is the true meaning of life. The true meaning of life is when, and the true meaning of wealth and greatness is when you pull others up. And so today, he has decided to pull everyone up, and I'm glad that you have gone this way to be able to celebrate your 60th birthday. Sincerely, life to me as a person, my own definition, is put in 4 words within the word life. Life is about the way we share love to others as a result of your love for God and of your love for yourself. That's the L. Life is about the plenty ideas that comes to your heart and the ability to be able to execute it, not to leave it in your paper as not done. Life is all about the faith and the hope that we have that tomorrow will be better, no matter the challenges that we face at the moment. And life is about the fact that we live our life in such a way that we have eternity in mind. That one day, when we close our eyes, we will land somewhere else. And so I live my life within that context. And I know that is the reason for what he's doing today. My subject matter today in the next 10 minutes is how we can be able to move from poverty to wealth creation towards a paradigm shift. And as a student of words and student of book, I've always learned to define terms. That no matter how it is, you should ensure that you do not believe that you understand fully the context of that word. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, the word from was where I began from. From, what is the definition of from? The definition of from is indicating the point in space at which a journey or a motion or an activity or a process or an event begins. So what the celebrant wants for every youth that is here is to move from one point today to the point where the process of your life and destiny and fulfillment in terms of business and success in life will begin. So whether you have done well, then you move to another point. Whether you have not even started at all, then you start and begin to do something so that it can be seen. And then you look at the word moving from poverty. Poverty is the state of one who lacks a usual or socially acceptable amount or material possession. It exists when you do not have the means to satisfy your basic needs. In fact, if you look at the poverty index and you look at the population of people by Nigerian statistics, 95.1 million, meaning that the celebrant wants the youth that are here to remove yourself from that index and move to the index of people that have all that it takes. Let's even begin to taking care of your basic needs and then moving from that point where you have wealth. Wealth is where you have things in abundance. It is not just only money, it is a holistic life in abundance. And that is where he wants you to move to, reflecting the standard of living in a way that is different. And as I began to look at all of that, and then paradigm shift, moving your mindset from where you are to another point, I I said to myself, but what exactly would you say to everybody that will be listening here? There are so many things that I can think of, but I thought of only one. And I'm going to leave you with that one thought today. And as I speak, I know even the celebrant will say that no matter what every great man here has spoken to you, if your mind does not shift, nothing's going to happen. The quality of your thought is the quality of your life. Because if we do a screening of your thoughts as you are sleeping here, sitting here, you all have different thoughts. When will my own happen? Nigeria cannot be better. If we screen your thoughts, how did they even get to where they got to? Maybe they did something. If we screen your thoughts, you'll be shocked at the different dimensions of thoughts that are flying. And guess what, sir? 60,000 words are spoken to yourself by yourself every day. Now, do that mathematics in a year. Imagine if those thoughts are very negative. You become your thought. There's not, see, I have seen it, I have cases. There is a particular young man 3 years ago that was picked by my sister to help him. And what was the help? Let's help you put your life together and begin to start something. So she gave him the 1 year rent. And then tell me what business you want to do. Put everything together and then support it. For some of you, you are saying, oh, what you are looking for is help. Help is right in front of you. In fact, help has come, you have not touched the help. Help has even come, you have not even been able to see it. Why? Because you are clouded in your thoughts. Negative energy. Surrounded by negative people. Surrounded by people, I call them people that carry energy. They leave you with such deposit and you sit down there and you will never be able to move from one point to another. I can't stand them. Why? Because who your negative energy will help? What is it going to do to me? How will it change me? Now back to the young man. So after the first year, the woman, my sister said to him, I'm not going to pay you another and any other thing. Got him a shop, gave him money to be able to stock. Excuse me, has help not come? What should this man do after 1 year? Thank you, sir. Shouldn't he multiply it? Shouldn't he come? Sometimes there might even be challenges. If you come with your challenges or you show me how far you have moved from point A to point B, then we can help. We are supporting to move, not because we are coming back. Second year, my sister said, okay, let's help him with another rent. I said, you are spoiling him. I'm not supporting what your move. Any which way, this boy blackmailed my sister, and then another second year. I told her, I said, he's coming back the third year. Why? Because you have not helped him to engage his mind. And so he's going to come back because you have made it easy for him to know that there's one bank somewhere. And so the third year, sir, what happened? Oh, she came back again. And here comes another girl. We were at a program like this. And she made up her mind that day that she was going to do something with her life. All she was given was 10,000 naira. With 10,000 naira, she began to look. She saw something a place where she could start a kitchen. She started. As of today, this was 9 years ago. As of today, she has 25 staffs. And she's doing well with her catering business. Now, can you see the difference? It's the power of your thought and your mind. No matter how much they do today, I want you to shift in your mindset and begin. And I'm going to share with you 3 things that can help you to be able to shift. Very critical. So how do we do this? In all my experience with Masterpiece Resource Development Center, you see training and all of that. At the time we finish, it's as if we have not done anything. And then you will see just few. But when we see the few, we're excited about it. We keep on moving on. With my experience with NECA's Network of Entrepreneurial Women, we're excited when we see the difference. With my experience with the NWBN and the Church of the Living God, the Church of God is the ground and the pillar of truth. And the church is not a place that is supposed to make you lazy. The word of God is very clear in all of it. In fact, it's a disappointment to the excellence of who God is when you are not doing well. Because everything about nature shows you that God is awesome. and God is excellent. And He's given us a brain to be able to think. And we have to think that thought. And that's why the greatest deliverance is not demonic deliverance. The greatest deliverance in the scripture is the deliverance of your mind. Bible says casting down all strongholds, strongholds, pulling down all strongholds. Right? And what are the strongholds? Casting down all imaginations and every thought that have exalted itself against the knowledge of God. That is what is called causing your trouble. Not unkubi and sukubi or demonic spirit or whatever. The greatest demon is you. Deal with it. Because the more the negative thoughts in your mind, the more of it, you build it as a house, you build it as a house, you build it. It becomes strong, there's nothing. And what is poor? Poor is when you pass over opportunities regularly and every time. So the reason why you're passing over it is not because we don't have all those things. It's because that you have a mold that will not let you see. I'm not saying that we don't have challenges. I'm going to come there. There are internal factors and external factors that affect your success in business. But the greatest I've seen in my journey and little sojourn with great men, I like to surround myself with people that are doing well. The difference is in their mind. And the things that they see, until you see it, you can't have it. Until you see it, you can't have it. And so, I share with you, I leave with you 4 things that will help you. Number 1, from today, make up your mind. Let your thoughts be wholesome, positive, and pure. Let your thought, remember the quality of your thought is the quality of a life. Let your thought be wholesome, pure, and positive. Very positive. And how did I start that? In fact, today something happened as I was coming, and I learned to give people the benefit of the doubt. Why? Because I don't want to learn to think negative thoughts. So when you offend me, I will give you 10 reasons why you did the offense, so that I don't keep it in my mind. I don't want negative energy. It can block me. Let your thought be awesome. Let it be crystal clear. It was somebody that did an analysis of this, sir. It was when he was talking about the power of the mind. He said he wanted to understand it very well. And so he poured water in 2 clear cups. And then label the first one with all negative things, all negative vibes. And then label the second one with all positive vibes, everything. Woke up every morning and declare the positivity to the first cup, and declare the negativity to the second cup. And after 21 days, the cup with a positive energy, mindset, things great, was crystal clear. And the one with the negative one was dirty and smelling, stinking. The quality of your thought is the quality of your life. The second thing you need to begin to do from today is to practice the power of creative envisioning. Practice the power of creative envisioning. You are too busy. You are Instagramming, TikToking. Give me all the things you do. WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever. There's no time alone with yourself and by yourself and with your God. Just take them out. I met a man in 2004, sir, in Australia. And he was an education, he's after school, sir, after school. After school became a franchise. And my boss then bought it in Nigeria. And then, I'm always very, very inquisitive. I want to find out how you did what you did. And in my mind, as a Nigerian woman, I was saying to myself, ordinary lesson. Thank you, sir. Ordinary lesson. Lesson in Legbele is one you have now packaged, put a process to, and sold to 60 countries as at the time we were buying. And when we got there, I was like, what? How can you think this way? And the man said something. He said, every week I have a time. I just go by the beach. I sit down. I meditate. I pray. I think things through. And I write out everything I want, I see. I write it down. And I put down steps to be able to do what? To execute it. Are we together? So you must, it's a practice. It's a practice of envisioning, creative envisioning. And what is that practice? Listen to me. You're not just going to be thinking, and you must write it down. It's the use of positive images to influence your mind. So as you think through it, cut something, put something near you. Instead of checking everybody that is twerking. Check somebody, somebody that is doing something that you like. Cut it, picture it there. Begin to envision it. And it's a law of life. The things you envision, you will attract it. It's a law of life. That's the second one. The third one is the power of right association. Listen to me. If you look at them, if you check their circle of friends, you will see. It doesn't mean that they don't relate with every other person. It's just that their inner circle are people that they've grown up together. They've done great things together. Some have failed, some have come up, but it's okay. They're still pulling together. It's the power of right association. I remember the friend that wanted me to be a friend some years back. So we got to our house, and I don't have a problem being your friend. And so as we got to the house, the mother said to me, there's one wedding next week, Saturday, and I've kept your clothes, your friend's clothes, and all of that for that wedding. So I said, mommy, who is the person even doing the wedding? I don't know the person. Okay, so I don't even have a problem following you as my friend if I have that time, My friend can tell me, hey, all right, let's go somewhere. And I don't have a problem. If I have the time, I can follow. I mean, shouldn't that? Then she said to me, this clothes, we must buy it too. So I said, mommy, how much was And then she said, this one is, the lace is 35,000. And then the gele is 15,000. 50,000 naira. This was some years back. And I said to myself, Ma, I don't like Ashwabi. Must I buy it? He said, no. When the two of you now appear like that, you will be. I said, why do I need to impress people by what for what? I said, I don't have a problem if I want to buy the Ashwabi, but that is not what I need now. And I don't need this kind of friendship. Because in fact, that was the day, sincerely, I didn't say anything. I just said to myself, no, Dupe, this is not it. You begin to buy the Ashwabi you cannot afford. You begin to do some things and somebody is making, well, anyway, just check your right association by their values and your values. That's the third one. What's the first one? I want to be sure that you're following me. The power of all thought and awesome thought. The second one, the practice of what? Creative envisioning. Envisioning your future by the picture and the images of the things that you see. And I pray, when I was coming today, I pray for everybody here. Because the joy of Mr. and Mrs. Adewale is that in 3, 4, 5 years, even beyond the people that will do competition and get award, is that everybody seated here, you will be able to say that I made a decision to shift and to become somebody in life from the day I came for the 60th birthday of Mr. Adewale. And that happened to me, sir. There's no money that anybody can give you, sir, than that. I went to speak somewhere at Capro. And when I was speaking, I got there and the MC he greeted me especially. And I greeted him too. He said, you can't remember me. I said, no, I can't remember me. I said, Mr. Ekule. So I was trying to give him my full name and he said, don't worry, I know you. Okay, no problem. So when he brought me up, I spoke. When I finished, he now came back. He said, I want to thank you that you are still consistent. I was a teenager when you came to speak at Jakonde Estate. You looked at me, you prayed for me, you spoke to my heart, and from that day, I made up my mind to change and to leave my ways. Today, I am married, I have children, I'm doing well, ma. I have a business, I'm a pastor in a church. See, sir, I couldn't even say the way he said. I was weeping. He said, you cannot, I want to say thank you to you today. I didn't know him. And so that's my joy. That will be his joy. That all of you, one by one, you will make a decision of destiny. And you will tell yourself, you know what? Mo jawo ninu aponti oyo. Mo gbe omi lakana. Mo fe make sure that life me has a meaning. It doesn't, see, it's not about if they said every one of you should choose family, you will say you want to be their children. You don't know their story, you don't know where they're coming from. If all of us say they should choose family, we want to be Obama's children. Whatever it is, you are not a mistake. Everything, in fact, your family is a part of the package. So that you can be the best as what God wants you to be. Number 4 is the power of embracing setbacks, sir. Hear me. My husband is a registered town planner, and by marriage, I am a town planner. And so we're into property and documentation. There's no layout, sir, without setbacks. Your building will not be approved if you don't have setbacks. Life is about cold, winter, summer, spring, autumn, day, night. Listen to me. Why do you see great men talk about failures like clothes? In fact, they smile about it, not because it did not shake them. It shook them. The first time I lost some great money in business, and I went to my mentor. He said, welcome, you have paid school fees. Yes. Are we together? Because the setback, the challenges of life are part of the journey. If it is, everything is rosy, it's a lie. If you allow them, sit them down here, if they start talking about the things they faced, you will not believe. The things they have gone through. At least I saw one. He went on exile. You think it was easy to be on exile? He will tell you his story. But the great things about it is that great men learn to make the best, the juice out of challenges of life. And unfortunately, but fortunately for you today, young people, we like everything easy busy. If you want to get orange juice, what do? You squeeze it. You squeeze it very well. And then you squeeze, do your hand like this. I like to squeeze. When you squeeze it, the juice will come out. When you want to work with excellence people, they will take you to a journey of excellence. You will walk and you want to drop. That is when some of you resign. You say, no, I cannot work with that man. No. His own trouble is too much. Work there, stay there. Because if you don't learn it now, you will not be able to run your own business. Are we together? I want to run an entrepreneurial business so that I can have time for myself. You see all of them smiling. You don't have time. You don't have time. You manage yourself within time. And so you must learn to embrace it. Life, you journey in it. And then the beauty thing comes from it. On the 24th of June this year, sir, the hall of the church got burned. They called us at night at 10:45. That there's fire. I don't want to talk about external factor today, but of our government, but we will get there as a nation by His grace. And so firefighters, Anthony, those ones said they don't have water. Oshodi said they needed directive from Ikeja. And in 1 hour, 15 minutes, the tent came down with everything that was there. Are we together? And when we got there, people thought I was mad, sir. As soon as I was seeing that fire, I started dancing. Why? Because I've done a bit of study. It's not easy. Are you listening to me? But I've seen that sometimes when God permits challenges, it's because He's bringing something new your way. And so when you're already down, so why sit down and be down there? He that is down does not need to fear a fall. Because you're already down. So in that you're down, what you should be thinking of is how to what? Come up. So from the next day, we started telling everybody, we're collecting delegate money in the church now. And all. Everybody, I said, don't, if you enter this place and cry, crying is not what I need. What I need is, in addition to insurance money and everything, is to build this place up. And by the grace of God, sir, in a month after, it was back up, more beautiful, better than what it was before. In fact, we had wanted to repair, but now, seeing it, everybody came to the hall and were like, hey, this hall is so beautiful, it's better, it's stronger. Now that is we will not have been able to come out of that if not for the grace of God. And number two, if not for the right people. Check the people you are moving with, people that cannot come to your aid when you're having challenges. And the third aspect is, if not for the attitude of seeing good in every situation. It's the quality of your thoughts, it's the quality of your mind. You must see good in every situation. And last but not the least, is the power of walking in time. Listen to me, young people. There are two thoughts about that time. I'm Asiko. Londa mueda o mi lowa oluwa lowa. Your time will come. So shine your shine and day your day. Don't kill yourself and have hypertension. It has increased as a result of social media. You see somebody on social media doing very well. You don't know whether the person is doing very well. You will not be killing yourself as a result of that person's life. Move and stay on your focus. And as you stay on your lane, your time will come. Second thing about that time is don't waste it. You think you have time. You see, it's a paradox. You think you have time. But before you close your eyes, 10 years is here, sir. So if you don't have a plan for the next 5-10 years, you will not be able to move in that direction. One of my best lecturers was in my year 4 University of Lagos. He told everybody in our class, he said, my last parting gift for all of you today is I'm going to stay here and all of you must give me your 10-year plan. I was shocked, sir, that majority of my friends couldn't write a foolscap paper. But I recall that at least about 3 or 5 of us submitted a foolscap paper. Sir, without even recourse to it, majority of the things I wrote down have been fulfilled. At that time, I wrote down Ecclesia Academy, that I will have a school. I wrote that down. And then it didn't happen until I wrote it down in 1998. It happened in 2016. No, 2014 was when we started it. It was then when it happened, and I wrote this thing down. And then begin to see it. Ministry, so many things I wrote down. And so if I ask you now, how many of you have a document, something about the journey of your life? It might not be crystal clear, it's fine. But as a young person, in the next 5 years, next 10 years, what exactly, how am I going to move from this point? Whether in this point I can only eat 001, that's not the problem. Don't focus on the problem. The problem is, how can I move from this 001? Madam understand that. She said, I understand 001. So they've moved from that point to the point where today, they are even watching what they want to eat. If you give them too much food, they'll say, oh no, we're watching our weight. We're watching, no, we can't eat too much. But they will set the table before them and they'll pick a little, I'm okay, I'm fine. How do you move from point 1 to the point that you want to be? And my prayer for everyone today is that if you have never written that book, if you have never written that note, please, the whole of next week, find one day, go somewhere, be with yourself. Olumawok is there. Very different nice parks are there. Go and sit down there. If you've not been going to church in a long time, go to your church. If it's mosque, whichever, just go somewhere, sit down there and write out your 5-year plan, 10-year plan. And do it this way. Pray before you write it down. Pray, and the things that come to your thought, write it. When you finish, go and look for a mentor. Look for a trainer. Look for a consultant. Look for your counselor, your pastor, your imam, the one that you know that you are directed to. Share with them and let them help you. But before you share, be sure the person you are sharing with. Very important. Just be sure. And when you do it, put it somewhere. Next, begin to picture, draw out images of how you want that to be. All the images, staple it, cut it. Use that time to go to your whatever, cut, print, pay money, print the things you want to, the images you want to see there. I can bet you, in 10 years' time, when we check our note, you will be there with the help of God, and it will make it happen for you. I celebrate you today, and I pray for you that by the power of God, you will move from that point to the point of wealth, that you too will be able to be like this when you are celebrating your 40th, your 50th, your 60th, your 70th. You will be able to call young people and you will say, I started from point A and today I'm going to celebrate and empower 70 young people, and that will be your portion in the mighty name of Jesus. God bless you.
Great people, let's celebrate Mrs. Modupe Oyekunle. Did you feel the vibes? Did you feel the energy? You know she didn't just talk from the book, she spoke from the heart, right? You will know when people speak of the lifestyle they live. It's not that you came to study to teach, right? Can we please celebrate her one more time? The law of attraction is real. The law of attraction is real. Whatever you think about regularly, whatever you see regularly, you will become. Please, before we take our seat, I want us to rise and acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Obasanjo. Let's celebrate our mommy. Please, mommy, sit down. You can do better than that. If we are, I will not stop. Let's celebrate her. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. We acknowledge your presence. All right. Hope you took note of everything she said, because you might have to go back online, watch this video again, or you have to read through what you've written again and again. Whatever it is you think about often, you will become, right? That's important. So we're going to the business presentation. We are almost done this afternoon. And out of 400 people that applied for the competition, the first stage, we went to 52. And we had to analyze and screen 52 business owners, check their business plan. I was fortunate, privileged to be one of the judges, went through the business plan, went through all that. And at the end of the day, we picked the first 10. Now, from the first 10, we have the top 3. I thought we were going to celebrate them. So the top 3 will be coming. I'll be calling them one after the other. They will come up and in 5 minutes tell us what they do, how they started, and whatever it is they want us to know about what they do. So the first person I'm calling today, interestingly, they are all ladies. Ladies are powerful, right? Women are powerful. So the first person I'm calling is Ebele Maureen Ajaba from Mebic Organic Integrated Limited. Please, the more you celebrate her, the faster she comes.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Standing on the existing protocol, I want to use this opportunity to thank Dr. Ayodele and Mrs. Oluwatosin, the entire team of Justrite Lodgestar and the panel of judges. My name is Maureen Ebelem Ajaba, a food safety professional and co-founder of Mebic Organic Integrated Limited. At Mebic Organic, we process and package organic foods and spices that are sourced fresh from organic and hydroponic farms in Nigeria. Why did we start this business? My life journey is about living with disability for over 17 years. And because of that, in 2010, I was diagnosed of ulcer. As a result of finding solutions to these health challenges, I had to start making my own healthy foods and spices. In the course of making my own healthy foods and spices, I encountered some challenges, which is access to organic raw materials. And that I have also noticed in the course of our research that about 40% organic food waste occur in Nigeria. And that is according to the record in 2019. And what is the result of that? Malnutrition. A lot of households have faced malnourishment, which occurs from food insecurity. This is what Mebic Organic is all about. From solving my personal problem, I found that there is a global problem, which is unhealthy living. To promote healthy lifestyle, Mebic Organic is working with the aim of scaling up the production of organic foods and spices, which are indigenously grown in Nigeria. By partnering with organic farmers across Nigeria, one of our key partners are Soilless Farm Lab, which is located in Abeokuta here at Obasanjo Farms. with the objective of solving the problems of this food insecurity using the technology that is available to us right now, biodegradable materials, like this our product that are highly recyclable, the containers are recyclable. We will be able to make sure that every household in Nigeria eats healthy. We want to promote a nation that is healthy, because it's only a healthy nation that can, a healthy people that can build a healthy nation. According to one of the panelists, it said that we are facing the challenges of poor health. And I can attest to the fact that it starts from our family. Inability to eat healthy, inability to feed our family healthy is the cause of our challenges. Now, to help us promote this healthy living, we are aiming to make sure that our product is available in all outlets in Nigeria, so that the health-conscious consumers, which we have found out to be about 105 million Nigerians, can get access to these products, and then they can be able to eat healthy and also help us achieve a healthy nation. Of course, at the end of it all, we will promote exportation of our products to African and the Europeans and other parts of the countries, because currently we are only exporting mostly commodities, but the value addition and for us to achieve a lot in the country in promoting economic development, we need to start exporting products with added values to the export market. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Ebele, thank you. The next I'm calling is Ms. Lillian Chibuzo from Monchions Ventures. Let's celebrate her as she comes. 5 minutes. Are you okay with that?
Yes. Thank you. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am Chibuzo Lillian, the founder of the Monchions brand. I love snacking, and I'm sure a lot of us here do. People snack at least once daily. In my third year in the university, I was opportune to work on a project topic titled The Chemical Effects of Food Additives and Preservatives. In the course of my research, I found that these additives and excessive sugars, when consumed regularly over a period of time, could negatively affect our health. In August 2019, we started production at Monchions to provide snacks that are not just tasty, but also nutritious. Our coconut snack was our first product. It is sweetened with dates, free of refined sugars, free of chemical preservatives as well. Then in 2020, August 2020, we launched our oven roasted granules. They are clean roasted, sand-free, uniquely tasty, and hygienically processed. Thank you. Today our granules are NAFDAC registered, and we supply them to about 5 supermarkets and 4 retail stores. A bottle of our granules costs between 1,100 to 1,200 naira, while a pack of our coconut snacks costs 1,500 naira. So far, we have been able to sell to 5 supermarkets, 4 retail stores, and an appreciable number of individual buyers. With just a few outlets on our customer database, we know we have only scratched the surface, as Lagos alone is home to over 2 million people within our target market. With the awareness of that, and with the awareness of the fact that the snacks market is really competitive, we are consistently working to come up with new and exciting products for our customers. We are also aware of all the supports going to entrepreneurs like myself, and I'm extremely grateful. If granted the 1.4 million Lodestar grant, we will be able to add more value to our granules. Currently, in the course of processing our granules, we have a lot of herbs which can be further processed to peanut butter and peanut cookies. For example, with a colloid mill, we'll be able to process the granules into peanut butter. With the grants, we'll also be able to invest in product development, marketing, and supplying and bulk credit supplies to supermarkets. With our growth, we will continually help people improve their health, we will provide employment and achieve our vision of becoming a top-choice brand for healthy snacks in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's celebrate Lillian. Thank you. We have in our midst some dignitaries which we need to identify and appreciate them. People, can you please help me celebrate Mr. Sunkanmi Okpawe, the chairman, MD of Win-Win Kitchen. Let's celebrate him, please. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much. And the next person I want to call is Mr. Oyeshiji, the MD Light Poles Consult. Can we please celebrate him? Let's celebrate him. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you so much. And the third person is Mr. Tunde Iginla, the MD Chairman, Bushel International Ventures. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for celebrating with us. And the third top entrepreneur we'll be calling is Oluwabusolami Ogunbono from Ro. Let's celebrate her as she comes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much for the panelists. In the course of pitching our business, we've learned a lot. Things we don't know before, we've learned. And thank you so much for the organizers. Thank you so much. I grew up in a community where the major occupation was leather crafting and fashion designing. That, I would say, is one of the most important opportunities I have in my life. I'm so privileged. My name is Oluwabusolami Ogunbono. I'm the creative director at Ro. Ro is an innovative fashion brand located in Lagos, established in 2018. We produce shoes, slippers, sandals, belts, and other fashion items that can be made of leather. Another aspect of Ro deals in contemporary fashion outfits, in bespoke and made to order, like what I'm wearing is one of our brand. Since inception, we've been able to change the narrative of how consumers perceive our locally made products through our top-notch craftsmanship, affordability, and durability. Everybody wants to look good, but not everyone has a big budget. We produce affordable and quality shoes for all. Our target market are men and women between the age of 19 to 50 who lives in Nigeria, who falls between the middle class of Nigeria. In the past 4 years, we've been able to grow from running a business personally to have 10 team members. 5 are in the fashion production aspect and 5 are in the leather crafting aspects. Our vision is to become one of the leading manufacturers of affordable fashion products in Nigeria, with technological innovation and creativity as our key watchword. We also aim to promote SDG 4 goals, which is to include long life learning and opportunity for all. To move from point A to point B, we need some industrial machines to scale up our production. This will help us to scale up our revenue in the next coming year by 60%. What else do we want to do? We are going to be introducing more innovative fashion products. We are going to be partnering with other fashion brands. We are also going to be creating more sales funnel. And one important thing we are going to be doing is to do more with our distributorship. Currently, we have distributor in the US and one in the Sierra Leone. Do you know that Nigeria imports $500 million worth of leather products every year, including 80 million pairs of shoes? There is certainly room for import declination and export growth if only we can invest in our locally made products. Most importantly, you are not only investing in our brand, you are also investing in our immediate economy, because we will be employing more skilled craftsmen and we will be promoting locally made products that can compete globally. Thank you.
Thank you, Oluwabusolami. All right. Out of these 3, there will be a winner. They are all winners, actually. They are all winners, but they will be rewarded today. All right. The next we'll be going to the next item now, and that's announcement and award presentation. But before I bring up who is taking that, I'm signing off here. And my name is Bolaji Babalola. It's been a privilege to be the MC for this event. I'm a business consultant. I help individuals and brands build systems, strategies, and structures that ultimately improve their productivity, their performance, and their profitability. So it's been a great privilege to be your host. And taking it further from here, I want you to please welcome Mrs. Ewajesu Fashino. She's a top member of the planning committee. Can you please help me celebrate her? Help me celebrate her.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have gotten to that point where the drums roll. But I want to share a story, and it's about you, Ma. There was a time that my sister was brought back from Germany to head the German Migration Center, where they were trying to rehabilitate migrants that had gone abroad illegally. So they brought her back to help people resettle back into the system. So we met you, Ma, on that dinner that day, and when we greeted you and we turned back, the first thing we said to ourselves is, how does this woman do it? She must be really, really strong. So when our keynote speaker was talking about being strong, that day, I told myself, hey, why don't you push yourself a little bit further? Yes, I'm one of the students under your husband, but I respect and love your silent strength. Let me tell you what I did since that day. Since that day, I registered for 2 masters. I finished from Business School, Netherlands, with my dissertation in distinction recently. And currently, I head the gender unit of the World Bank project. So if someone tells you that you can actually move from point A to point B, it's very true. And I'm also, inclusive of all of that, I'm an entrepreneur. I roast chicken that is NAFDAC certified. So when I come here to celebrate 3 different young ladies, I'm very happy. And I'm very glad that none of you know who would come first or second or third. With 300 points, please note that you have all done very well. I'm hoping your heart is beating very fast. But this is Big Brother about to announce the winners. This is Big Sister about to announce the winners of our maiden edition of Justrite Lodgestar business competition with 300 points, standing very strongly at 75%. Is Lillian Chibuzo of Muchos Ventures. Please come on stage, And to present the award is Mr. Lanre Okpakule, board member of Justrite. Yes. Lillian would be receiving a cash prize of 750,000 naira. In addition, she's also going to join my school very soon. Business School, Netherlands. Congratulations, Lillian. Thank you very much, sir. Wave it, sound like 750. It's not easy. Wave it like you care. Awesome. You can go back to your seat. Oh, before I go back to announcing the winners, may I say that there is a car, I won't call it, there is a Volkswagen car, AKD 8421KD. Please, if this is your car, you are blocking somebody. You are blocking Oma Jeep. If this is your tuke, you are blocking Oma. Kindly help us repark. AKD 8421KD. Please help us repark your car. Thank you very much. I'm not seeing one of the winners. Where is she? She's praying. Oh, okay. Standing very strongly at 305 points. Very close margin. 76.25% is Oluwabusolami Ogunbono of Ro. You can do better than that now. She just became a millionaire. And to present this award is Mr. Ayodeji Shitu. Sorry, Dr. Ayodeji Shitu, the MD CEO of Intertel Nigeria Limited. You are now a millionaire. Hey. Oh God. Congratulations. In addition to the cash prize, Oluwabusolami Ogunbono of Ro will be going on with not just the cash prize, but also being trained by Business School Netherlands. Congratulations. Before I announce our final winner, I want to say that if you did not participate in this competition this year, we are open to receive your applications next year. And know that you'll be competing against a lot of young people from around the country. We got applications from 36 states of the Federation. People who had ideas from videography to fashion to retail. We hope that we have been able to stir something in you, and that you will look at yourself that, look, it's possible for me to also be here next year. We hope that we'll be approved to do this next year. Justrite, we hope our sponsors will approve doing this next year, because this is very sweet. Who agrees with me? You are waiting for Justrite. Me too, I'm waiting. Standing very strongly at 345 points, at 86.25% is Ebele Maureen Ajaba of Mebic Organic Limited. Please stand up for the champion.
Exclusive at myjohnmusics.com.
Best, number one, nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision.
To present this award is the MD Justrite Nigeria Limited, Mrs. Oluwatosin Adeyinwale.
For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions. Stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, stand up.
We would like all the judges to come on stage and our special guests so that they can take a picture with her. All our panelists and judges.
Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, stand up.
Exclusive at myjohnmusics.com.
I have to pick myself back up, and when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up, and when I fall down, I have to pick myself
Please, all the
back
sponsors, please come on stage.
down. I have to pick myself up, stand up.
would like the sponsors to come to the stage. All sponsors.
Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. 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 Stand up.
Please, we want our major sponsor, the Justrite team, to please come on stage and have it. The Justrite team. Please, Justrite team.
To be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Customer satisfaction. Sustainable growth. Sustainable growth.
Customer satisfaction.
I'm about to set my Oga up. To finish this event for us, we would like to bring the brain that brought us all together to give vote of thanks in the presence of Dr. Ayodele Adeniwale.
Gbé microphone wá, èmi ló kàn.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, and our mommy. If I say words cannot convey the depth of my gratitude, it is not an exaggeration. Today, I am a very happy man. You know, one of the greatest achievements you can ever have in life is to have the ability and the opportunity, first the opportunity and the ability to create your tomorrow. I do not have the power of prophecy, but I have the power to create my tomorrow. And I have done that, and I'll tell you how I've been doing that. I don't know, when was it, Ewa Jesu? 2001, 2003? Okay. A bunch of young boys and girls, they were undergraduate students, Ladoke Akintola University. We're having one of my normal programs for capacity building for young people in the university. And so this bunch of guys came, boys and girls from Lautech, bright, you know, very passionate, and they had fire in their belly, and they just wanted to be part of the process and all that. Ewa Jesu Asala, as I knew her then, was one of them. She was an undergraduate. Ibrahim Sanusi, who is heading, Ewa Jesu Asala, Mrs. Fashionor now, is gender specialist with the World Bank Oak Step project in Ogun State. Ibrahim Sanusi is currently heading a GIZ project, I think out of Addis Ababa. Dr. Imole Adeyeri is heading a non-profit somewhere in Edmonton, Canada. Rotimi Olawale is the head of Youth Africa. And I can go on and on and on. Why am I citing this? All of this was put together by them, not me. They did the conceptualization. So in a way, I'm a successful man because to the extent that I have been able to find people who will run with the idea and who remain passionate about recreating the Nigeria they want. I remain convinced beyond all reasonable doubt that a new Nigeria is possible and that a new Nigeria is coming. And I will tell you, whatever problems we are facing in Nigeria today, they are not problems on the advance, they are problems on the retreat. Let us sharpen the contradictions, it will be resolved. And the resolution will be in favor of Nigeria and at the expense of the detractors of Nigeria. Take it to the bank. I tell you, you will be a living witness to the glory, to the manifestation of the glory of God in Nigeria. It will happen. Secondly, I have come to believe that there's a new liberation army in town. The first round of liberation for Africa was by the nationalists and the anti-colonial struggle. And when they got there, they gave themselves names. In Tanzania, the president was called Mwalimu, that is the teacher. In Ghana, the president was called Osajifo, that is the savior. In Kenya, Kenyatta was called Mzee, the wise one. And you can go on and on. They had their complex, but you saw where they led us to. I was part of the second liberation movement. All of those agitations for pro-democracy, multi-party democracy, liberal democracy, all of those things that led to the convocation, the street riots, the bread riots, and all those things that led to the convocation of national and sovereign national conferences all across Africa that, led to the installation of democratic governance in different parts of Africa and made democracy a shared value to the extent that today, in almost every African country, there is a democratic governance. This was fought by those of us who fought with the shirts on our back and all that, including my father, President Obasanjo. Yes, that's why he went to jail. That's why he went to jail. Part of what led him to jail, 1994, Cotonou, we had that meeting, transparency, accountability, and open and democratic governance in Africa. And the people there said were plotting against the Abachati. That was the beginning of what led President Obasanjo to be accused of coup plotting. And then he went to jail. Then I was accused of being an accomplice also. But when I looked at my wife, I said if Abacha is ready to sign, that nobody will touch my wife, then I will go to jail. But since they were not waiting to sign, I had to Ghana. So, okay, the second liberation, by and by, our leaders have actually not done what they should do. The liberation army that is in town is the private sector. It is only the private sector that has the demonstrable capacity and the capability to create wealth. Poverty is darkness. The opposite of darkness is light. The opposite of poverty is wealth creation. What the private sector will do is that they will shine the light of wealth creation into the dark envelope of poverty. And that is when it will start to happen. My concern about poverty, about wealth creation, about entrepreneurship did not start today. As far back as 1991, as the then programs manager for Africa Leadership Forum, I created what I call the Junior Business Seminar. I used to bring final year students of Nigerian universities into ALF first in Ota for 1 week intensive immersion to learn about the opportunities available for private sector in the Nigerian economy. The program was sponsored by Freddie Schnorman Foundation. It became so successful, so attractive, they took it to Ghana, they took it to Cote d'Ivoire, and they took it to East Africa. That was my first step. My second step, I facilitated into Nigeria the Business School of Netherlands, Nigeria. They do MBA and short development programs. We've graduated today, as of today, we have more than 2,000 MBA graduates from the Business School of Netherlands, Nigeria. And they're playing in space with multinational. One of our graduates eventually became either HR or so with Lafarge and so many other multinationals and banks and oil and gas. That's step 2. 3, in 2000 Leadership Forum, we bidded alongside others to be the implementing agency for the Central Bank of Nigeria Entrepreneurial Development Center for Southwestern Nigeria. We won the bid, and I ran that project from that 2008 when it was launched until I left the Africa Leadership Forum in 2015. We produced tens of thousands of graduates and all of that, and we did all that. Again, I look back, Femi Oladikuku, I met him, stand up, Femi, please. I met Femi in 1998, he was a student union leader. A little bit on the confused side. And they went to some, and I told him, I see you have talent, you have passion, and you can do differently. Today, together with the pastor, brother, and Stephen, who I think is not here, they are very successful. You have more than 20 bakeries, 22 bakeries. When he started, he was just supplying flour. And I told him, there is no money in that, go to value addition. And then he did. I'm going into all of this story to say one thing. And again, if I may, what we've done with Justrite, myself, my wife, and Mrs. Fejuk, it's simple, and with the entire team, it's simple. It's totally Nigerian. There is no white man there. There is no expert from anywhere. We don't have consultants. We are our own consultant. You know, even in Justrite, all our managers are homegrown. We don't hire managers from outside. You want to be a branch manager, you got to come from the shop floor. So you got to start understanding what this business is about. And you got to understand the Justrite way, the Justrite culture, and the Justrite ethos. Even one time we brought a very senior management person in from somewhere. That person tried to bring his own culture. The system choked him out. Simple. Because the structures are there and you can't breach them. Again, what is the point I'm making? Everything in life is possible. I'm a student of political science. That's what I study. That's what I understand. You saw my professor. Professor Badejo used to be a Marxist. We used to call him Ankara Marxist. He used to wear only Ankara those days. So I'm coming from the struggle. It's not new. If anybody told me as an undergraduate that it is possible to have Nigerian multinational, indigenous Nigerian multinational companies, I would say it's a lie. But in my very high, President Obasanjo created indigenous Nigerian multinational companies. What is Glo? What is Zenith? What is Access? And you can name them. Again, it shows you what is possible if you are able to have a vision. She said it, envision. I have a clear idea of where you're going. Everything in life is possible. And for me, the journey has just started here. You've taken time to come today. I need you to go away today with one thing and one thing alone. That everything in life is possible. The only person that can stop you from growing is you. Mrs. Oyekunle said it. Break down all the mental prisons you put yourself. Deconstruct it. Open up the spaces. Fly. Soar like the eagle that you are. Walk like the champion that the good Lord made you. Don't limit yourself. Don't let anybody take away from you. You're wonderfully and fearfully made in the image of the Lord. So what is your problem? What can stop you? Absolutely nothing. I am one unstoppable force. If I fall down 12 times, I'm getting up 15 times. I am not staying down. And that's what I need to know. So, if you're going to knock me down, if you're going to fight me, you better be prepared for one hallelujah round of fight. Because so long as there's breath in me, I am getting up. I am not staying down. Poverty is a deliberate choice. Yes. You may be born into poverty, like Abdul Razak Shitu told you. But he chose that Emiya Toshima Yapa. That laye, this is not, circumstances brought me here. But I have the power to create my own future. And my joy today is the intention, the objective is already being realized. Look at that young lady. A new hero is born. A new star is emerged. That's what I'm looking for. It is to them that I will turn, and it is to them that we will hand over Nigeria, because these ones will liberate us. Because they don't accept, they are different, they are wired differently. And they are not afraid. They're a different breed, and they will liberate us. They will take us away from the problem that is confronting us. So that's the part of the objective. Already, I understand some of the, one of the winners is going to be linked with businesses in South Africa. Another one is going to be asked to supply to 20 locations, and you can begin to count. I'm glad that some of my board members are here. This is an experiment. I'm sure, so when I make the presentation at the board, at least I will have people who will support me that the thing was good. It's not a waste of money. We should support it and make it an annual event. And I'm also, you see, Mr. MC, where are you? Let me tell you, see all that one that I'm saying, recognize this, recognize this. I'm preparing them for next year. I am coming back to each and every one of them. They must support us. If the board agrees and approves, we will also come back. We hope to make it bigger and better. We hope that if we can really get the kind of support we want, we can make it really big and something. You see, it's not about the money. No. I want to create new heroes. I want new people to emerge so that these young people will know that you don't have to be a 419 now. You don't have to be a thieving politician. You don't have to be a drug smuggler. You don't have to be Yahoo Yahoo. You don't have to be a cultist in order to be prominent and to be successful. I always tell people, even though I was closely associated with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for 8 years, I never, ever executed one naira government contract, whether at the federal or the state or at local government level. If anybody has a contrary evidence, let the person put it on the table. I made my money and built my business on bank loan. And I'm glad Mr. Gbenga Ajele is here. Stand up, Gbenga. This man that you see here, I didn't know him from Adam. He was branch manager, Wema Bank, Ota. That's the only person I knew in Wema Bank. I was looking for money to build our that Abule Egba branch. I was speaking to this bank, that bank. He will come around me in the office. We will talk. I will talk to him about my pains, my hope, my dreams. Apparently, this fellow was profiling me, understanding my values, my virtues, my dream, my vision. He put the package together. He went to his board, to his management, and convinced them that on the basis of character alone, you have to give this guy a loan. I didn't have anybody. Let me now shock you. I didn't even have enough collateral. They gave me 300 million naira in 2010. Wema, in fact, at that time when I was saying I was talking to Wema, my wife said, which Wema? Of all. But I will never be tired of saying the story. Benga Jele chose to believe in me. So, when Maxitech was talking about the G factor, the time and the chance and the opportunity means preparation, he became an instrument in the hand of God. He went and pleaded my case and all of it. And now let me now shock you. Larry Okpakunle used to be with Lafarge, or on the way out of Lafarge now. One day, the new chairman of Lafarge has been appointed, and we're going to play golf. I think that was last year or this year. Last year. So we're going to play golf in his honor. And so the new chairman came, and Larry was now introducing me to him. This is how you are chairman of Justrite. That was it. You, look at you. That for 10 years, I have been the one approving all your loan applications. I used to be chair of the Wema Board Credit Committee. For 10 years, they were giving me billions loan without knowing me. I never saw the man because he planted a seed, built my reputation ahead of me. And thank you, Benga. And that tells you also what she's talking about your values. Your values. If he knew me as a loud Omojaye Jaye 24/7, even I make 1 naira today, the whole world must know. Even when you can't afford Mercedes, you go and buy. Then you can't buy bicycle, you go and buy Mercedes. He will have said, you can't give, but he told them, if they give this man money, he will most certainly pay back. They gave us our money, we paid within 2 years. The MD of Wema Bank drove from their office in Marina, came to my office in Ota, and said, Naira. I have never met him before that time. It was after that I now started knowing all the big men in the bank. But before, it was only him that I know. Again, why did I go into this? You don't need any big man to grow. If you are, and you are very hard working, clear about your values, very focused, and what you call creative envisioning. Once you have all of that, what Maxitech calls the G factor will come. If you are determined to get out of poverty, to get out of that, then you have won. So I thank all of you for coming. For all of you budding entrepreneurs, I wish you all the very best. And I wish you the very best and God's guidance. For those of you that are established, multiple blessings upon your business. Mr. Seidu, I thank you. We had a very engaging and instructive discussion. You made input and all of that. Dr. Mrs. Seidu, thank you for coming. Really. My great MC, he has gone out. Dr. Vincent Moloku, I apologize on behalf of the MC for calling you Mr. Vincent Moloku. We will deal with him separately and appropriately. But in the meantime, please accept our apology. Dr. Vincent Moloku, I really thank you for his love. He was the first person, after they did the first round of judging, that told me, whatever you do, this thing must continue. And I'm hoping and praying that if it becomes absolutely necessary, you should write a letter to my board and give to Opakule and tell him to tell the board that they must approve. Tamoloku. Dr. Ayodeji Abdurrahman Shitu at the Equals Trouble. My brother, I can only thank you. Mr. Femi, thank you, you and the chairman, for your support. Mr. Adegorite, and of course the great, wonderful, the inimitable, the beautiful, the bountiful, the ever-productive, all-conquering warriors of Justrite about. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We can all now go home. Thank you. We'll see you next year. We have the photo session outside by the red carpet. Refreshment is going on. Please, the winners, kindly come on stage. Hello, the winners. The winners, kindly come on stage. You can just do your interview here. You can just sit here and do it.
Everybody, this is me being a part of you and everyone a part of me. Fuck it if it's all the same, I'm proud of me. God is me and I am him. This is revelation for beginners. This is built to walk on.
Come let me talk, I don't be killer. This your love will get him in it for my body. I want light man with my lighter. This your column, don't be fake for my mommy. My banana, oh my banana, go to my banana. Show me power, go people are. And me love my love, it's my like, my Sudana. Cause you they amazing, your body amazing. minor, I'm a petty better. Yeah, come my village, Mr. Money, more available. You be my cross, my available. Give me my getty, baby, go kada. I did deliver, stay banana, oh my banana. Go chop my banana. Show me power, go nigga, and let me love my life. Cause you dey amazing, you dey amazing, your body amazing, don't be late, don't keep me waiting, I'll be late, you don't get happy, not happy, go now, go,
Okay, good day. OYMC is the name. I'm one of the participants of Justrite Lodgestar Business Summit. I must say this is a very wonderful experience for me. That really made my day. It made my year, let me say that. Because as from now on, I am moving it. I'm having the shift. Just as I've heard during the program, we would like this to go on because it is going to really liberate Nigerians and the youth out there. We want to say a big thank you to the organizers and a happy birthday to Dr. Wale. That the Lord bless his age, new age, and just try to continue to soar higher. Thank you very much. It's a privilege.
Show me that your body too bad, and I'm only, baby, this your body too bad, and I'm only. Tell me if you ready to tango, and I'm only, baby, this your body too bad, and I'm only, beautiful. If I not gonna sing a bit fumble, but you I see where I know you're where I come from. Everybody for this DJ Lawi, Kunkunchwa. a payment. Too much, too clean, I'm taller. Aye, don't foster. Serious and daughter. A big time player. Crip too big and ganja. I went flexer. Yeah, Tina said gym. Yeah, too hot like a heater. My neck down froze like winter. I'm very young. Liquor. Yeah, shades on my picture. MJ on the sheet. Thriller. Funny vibes every night. Non-tolerant. Yeah, I get started like fuck. Pull up in the Sabula tatara ikuta. Nanka chova stuta. Akere kisiri buga gamuchuta. Sabula tatara ikuta. Sabula tatara ikuta. Sabula tatara ikuta. Sabula tatara ikuta. Nanka chova stuta. DJ Lawi, kunkunchwa.
So, the program was awesome. It's really enlightening, and it's a mind shifter for people that are struggling in business. Those that have dreams that have been silenced, they can be shifted, they can be lifted, and gain more power to look at the dreams they have and reshape it and run after the dream. And may God bless Justrite for organizing this program. And I'm a part of this program. I'm a blessing. And from now on, it's going to be a massive testimony. Thank you very much.
I can shout, you dele party, when I show, for your party, them no the buga set, no the buga, no the buga set. What's up, taking my lesson? We taking what I do. When you like it, sharp.
Good afternoon. My name is Adewumi Mercy. What I learned about the Justrite Lodgestar Business Summit is to always have a positive mindset and to always fill my mind with positive thoughts. Thank you.